morning, everyone. What is your name? If I'd ask you, who are you? What would you say? If I ask you, who are you? Barbara. You give me your name, right? Who are you? Olga. And if I ask, well, who are you? Okay, you're Olga or Barbara or someone else, but who are you? What are you going to tell me? Maybe, what's that? A child of God. Well, that's a great answer. Oh, very good. A child of God. I'd love to hear that answer from everybody the first time. I think most people would say, oh, well, I'm Barbara. I'm this daughter of, the son of, maybe mention your parents. I'm a teacher, and you'll identify what your profession is. Or you'll say, I'm a Patriots fan, if you really like the Patriots. Or you'll figure out different things that identify who you are. Think about this for a moment. Who are you? Times gone past, they didn't have the last name. It wasn't Luke Veronis. It would have been Luke, the son of Alexander. And wherever I grew up, everyone knew who Alexander was. They knew this was his family. And the family name was something very important. I think we've lost the sense a little bit today. But I know my grandparents would have said to my parents, be careful not to ruin the family name. Don't do anything that brings shame to the family name. Right? We can all identify with that. It's identifying who we are and where we came from. Our name is so important. Our understanding of self. In today's gospel story, it's interesting because what does Jesus ask the man who's filled with lots of demons? Jesus and his disciples are traveling, they pass through a region, and there's a man there who's not dressed in any clothes. He's sleeping among the tombs. He's a wild man. And he approaches Jesus, and Jesus says something to him to try to cast out the demons. And the man started yelling at Jesus. And then Jesus says something interesting. What is your name? And the man doesn't say, my name is Joshua. My name is whatever his name was. The man says, I am Legion. Legion. Meaning that I have a legion of demons. A legion was a host of soldiers. Anyone who understood legion, who understood the Roman legion that could come and that would be a fearful attack if the Roman legion came upon you. And this man identified with the legion, but a legion of demons. He was a broken man. He forgot who he was. He forgot that he was a child of God. He just knew that he was filled with demons. So then he encounters Christ. And Christ casts out the demons, tells him, forget the names that other people have placed upon you. Let me tell you who you are. Think for a moment. How many of us identify with the names that other people place on us? Maybe it's friends, maybe it's co-workers, maybe it's a funny name, maybe it's something else. But many of us are given names by others. And we embrace those names and we forget who we are. So Christ, with this man, he says, wait, your name isn't Legion. Let me cast out the legion of demons in your life. Let me cast out the brokenness of your life. Let me cast out whatever you identify with that is broken, that is wrong, that is unhealthy. Let me cast that away. And I want you to identify with who you truly are. And Olga said it best. You are a child of God. You were created in the image of God. You were created in the palm of my hand. And I made you beautiful. I made you good. That's who each one of us is. We have to remember that. You know, it's interesting because many times we put on many masks, many faces to identify ourselves. You know, what are the different people we can be? We are, first of all, the person who we pretend to be to others. It's interesting, in this virtual world that we live in, how many people become a new person through an avatar, through a picture they make on the internet, or how they associate with people through the social media. It may have nothing to do with who they are, but they create an avatar. That's what they want people to see. That's one image of ourselves, who we want people to see. Or the second image is who people actually see. Who do people actually see? Because we try to be one thing, but they can see behind some of our masks. Not all of our masks, but some of them. And they can see who we are. That's the second image. The third image is, who do we know ourselves to be? We know ourselves better than anyone else. We know ourselves with all our brokenness, all our failures, as well as with the good that's within, with some good that's in. That's the third image that we have. But the fourth and most important image is what God knows that we are, who He sees within us. Mike, you are a child of God. Charlie, you were created in the image and the likeness of God. That means you were created good. You have goodness within. Dell, you were created to fulfill that potential that God gave you, which means to become a saint. Imagine your daughter calling you, sing down. That's the potential that God's placed in us, the goodness. And we have to see that within ourselves. The whole spiritual life, the spiritual struggle, the spiritual journey is a journey of self-discovery. But not a journey like some of the contemporary psychologists or feel-good, help Oprah-type figures lead us to believe. It's discovering ourselves as God created us. Good, creatures of love, children of mercy, compassion, kindness. Anything that is not of that is not what our true nature is. The bitterness, the anger, the hatred, the envy, the greed, all of that is not our true nature. That's our fallen nature. Those are the demons, the legion of demons that we have within ourselves. Today, Christ is saying to each one of us, what is your name? Let me remind you what your name is. You are Charlotte, the beloved child of God. You are Debbie, my chosen one, who I have great things for. You are Thomai, the one who was called to become a saint, to fill the goodness that I have placed within you. So let us reflect on this today. Let us leave this church thinking about who I am and whatever demons we have within, whatever darkness we've allowed to be in, whatever brokenness that we have, let us say, Lord, take that away from me. Take that out of me. Let your light shine like it's shining in the jack-o'-lantern. Let your light shine in me in the darkest recesses, everywhere in my life. And let your goodness, your love, your spirit